Well, hello, guys. I'm Joy, and I would like to welcome you to the show today. I'm so excited to have you here with me, and I'm so excited about our topic for today. So let me jump right into the topic. Today, the topic is You've Been Zapped. That's right. You've been zapped. Let me tell you what's interesting. Did you know that there is energy in every single thing? You're standing on a floor, there's energy. Touch a wall, there's energy. A tree, energy. Your computer, energy. People, energy. Animals, energy. Food, energy. Music, energy. There's energy in every single thing that you can see and touch, okay? You can touch it, you can see it, there's energy in it. There's energy in it. And oh my goodness, this topic is so fascinating to me. I want to start off by letting you guys know that. It's so fascinating to me. Because I think that we all kind of have a concept of what I'm about to share. But if we really knew how powerful it was, then we'd be on our P's and Q's a lot more often when it comes to being zapped of our energy. Because we want people to take us higher, not lower. And let me give you an example of that. One day, we were out of town and it had gotten late. And so we had to grab dinner, and so we went into the mall. We went into the mall, and there's a place called Calistoga attached to the mall. And I went in Calistoga, and I was just going to grab soup and salad. That's what I wanted that night. Just wanted the soup and salad. It was late. And I went into Calistoga. And keep in mind, they were about to close probably in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So we were all being silly. So myself, my husband, the kids, we were just kind of all being silly. So as we walked in, our energy was still like through the roof. My husband was kind of messing with the kids and they were joking around about something. So they were kind of talking and laughing. All of us were laughing and talking. So then I stopped and I was looking at the menu, and first, oh my gosh, like I'm back at that moment again, and it's kind of making me cringe just thinking about it. The cashier behind the register had body language and a look, almost like a look of disgust on her face. You know how usually if somebody's around somebody that's doing a whole bunch of smiling and laughing, they kind of join in too, or they kind of change their demeanor a little bit. She was not happy. She wanted to, I'm assuming, leave out of there as soon as they closed. And by having more customers, that meant maybe she had to stay later or do more work or whatever. But I'm just saying she had this body language and this look on her face of complete disgust. And she didn't say hi. She didn't smile. She just stood there just kind of staring, because I'm one of those people that I can't just pick up a menu and say, oh, okay, I'll have that. It's going to take me a long time. So I'm just going to sit there and just go up and down the menu over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And finally I'll come up with something. And usually, well, not all the time, but sometimes it means me doing some mixing and matching. But I would not have done that 20 minutes before they were about to close. I would have kept it pretty simple. I already kind of knew what I wanted. I wanted soup and salad. So it's simple. And so I asked her, because you know how they have the soups listed on the menu, and then they kind of like, they'll have a soup of the day or something like that. Since it was late, I asked her about one of the soups, and she looks over, because the cooks were right there, and she looks over at them and she was like, do we still have blah, blah, blah? And it was just like so negative. Her tone, like keep in mind, it's the first time she even opened her mouth. And it was just so negative. What did I do? I don't even really remember what the response was, if they had that or not. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I really don't know. But I immediately left. I refuse to put my mouth on some food that was not made in love and served to me with love. I refuse to sit down. Then all of a sudden, afterwards, I would have had a bellyache and not known why. Or afterwards, I would have, we walked in there smiling and laughing and blah, blah, blah. Afterwards, I would have felt kind of nauseous, or my energy would have been very, very, very low. And a lot of times, you don't realize that energy, she zapped it from me. And so therefore, food has energy as well. So she zapped some nutrients up out of that plate or bowl or whatever. Think about how many times you experience situations like that and you just go along with it. And you just continue to shop there, or you just continue. If I walk into a place and it makes me like feel uncomfortable in any way, I don't want to frequent that place. I notice it with everything now because now I pay attention to it more. Same thing with grocery stores. If I go into a grocery store, there's some grocery stores I just don't know. When I go into these particular grocery stores, I just feel so good. I feel so at peace. I feel so happy. And then I may go into, and it typically is the bigger chain grocery stores. If I go into some of the bigger chain grocery stores, I never have that same vibe in there, ever. I could go in there and the vibe, I just feel rushed. I feel like the people, are banging carts up against each other, even though they're not literally doing that, but they just seem more assertive and aggressive and just in a hurry, and the people are not really being helpful. Some grocery stores, they have it set up where they're trying to create an experience. And they want like this family experience, some of the smaller ones or some of the health food stores. So they're so helpful, and they walk and they ask you, do you need anything? A couple of the ones that I like, if I say something like, think about this, I'm in line. Some of the ones that I really like and I feel really good about. I'm in line and I say, oh, you know what? I forgot the cilantro. Literally, I've seen them say, oh, no, don't worry, I'll get it for you. I'm talking not having the bagger go grab it. Then they leave the cash register and they'll rush and go grab it and bring it back. I mean, it's just a different vibe. It's a vibe that they want to help, that they want to serve, and that's what we are all supposed to be. We are all here to serve and love one another. So anytime you do the opposite of that, you're zapping somebody's energy. You're zapping somebody's energy. Same thing with the lady at Calistoga. She could have possibly gone to get in her car that night to leave. And then on her way home, maybe she got in a flat tire or something like that. And she would not have known that she caused that. She caused that. She caused that circumstance to happen in her life based on the energy that she's given off, because it's nothing but a boomerang and it keeps coming back to you. And when it comes back to you, it comes back to you amplified. Same thing with the positive energy. It comes back to you amplified. So if you have a giving spirit, if you have a helpful spirit, then you'll notice there's more people who are coming into your life to give you that same thing that you're putting out. And so it's amazing when you think about energy. It's amazing when you think about energy. There's energy in music. There's energy in music to where with some music, when you hear it, when you listen, especially music, because it goes into it goes beyond three-dimensional. So especially music. And let me tell you what's so interesting about it. Did you realize that if you listen to music, that afterwards, oh gosh, There's movies. That's the best example. There's movies where you'll see the person and they go out and they do something crazy and they tell you that this is what they were listening to before they did it. There was music. There was energy in that music that helped, didn't necessarily cause it, but it helped to fuel that negative energy. It helped fuel it, just like fuel in a fire. It helped to fuel it, make it bigger, make it more intense. Okay? There's music that excites you. Stores know that. That's why when you go into certain stores to shop, there's a certain type of music they're playing with certain beats because they know that keeps you in a feeling of wanting to stand there longer. It's making you feel happy. It's making you want to basically kind of rock out to it. You want to stand there and stand there longer, so you'll shop longer, you'll buy more things. They know that. There's certain music, you can listen to certain types of music that will make you sad. Literally. Sad. Make you very sad. There's music that's inspiring and motivating and uplifting. So once you listen to it, you feel amazing. Who was that? Gosh. There's a speaker that mentioned that. Or maybe his name will pop up in my head later. But it's the power of that energy. People have that energy. That is why it's important to guard yourself as it relates to who you allow to be in your presence. Because some people, every single time, without fail, you'll walk away from that person or hang up the phone from that person and feel less than. You're not going to feel awesome, ready to take on the world, ready to make a difference in the world. You leave that call or that person's presence feeling small, like an ant. You leave that call worrying, feeling sad, feeling stressed, feeling overburdened, feeling like you never do things right, feeling judged, feeling just so many things. You know what that's like when you get that energy. And then there's times, think about this. There could be everybody knows someone like this. Everybody knows somebody like this. Where you see them and you almost literally trip over the curb rushing to them to go say hi. Because you know that every time you see them, they only have smiles for you. They only have encouraging words for you. They only have something sweet to say to you. We all know people like that. It's almost like their energy brings your energy up and you can't wait to rush across to greet them. And then you've seen the energy of some people where you see them and you're like, oh, here we go. Wonder what they're going to complain about today. I wonder what they're going to say negative about me today. I've had clients who admitted to me that they have parents, very, very, very critical parents. So every time they're around them, that energy is one where they just feel less than because they're always being criticized by their parents. They hear way more criticisms than compliments from their parents. And it's affecting them. And these are adults, and it's still affecting them. And they're still going through it and dealing with it. This energy. So you have to let people know the energy that they have to bring into your presence. I had to do that with someone before. So at first, I'm like, look, I don't want to hear about that. So I knew they were about to go into their whole complaining session. Nope, I don't want to hear about that. I'm sorry. No. I'm feeling amazing and I want to keep it that way. No. And it's so funny because at first I'm sure that was annoying to them. But after a while, they would correct themselves when they're talking to me. Maybe they would blurt out a cuss word and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Or maybe they would